Apologies for my last video, I may have referred to Avengers 2 as Rise of Ultron. It's actually called Age of Ultron. Rise of Ultron does sound better, however, so you never know, they might change it. Not because of my video, but because Age of Ultron sounds not as good, not as catchy, not as memorable. I'm probably not the only one who's made the mistake of calling it Rise of Ultron, and you never know. I mean, Avengers got changed over here about 3 times, from the Avengers to Avengers Assemble to Marvel Avengers Assemble. It got ridiculous. So, last video I talked about, I mentioned Thanos. Now, if you've not seen the Avengers, in the post-credit scenes, Thanos appears on a asteroid in space, and it teases that he's going to try and invade Earth. Well, not on the panel for this film, but afterwards, the director or the producer talked about Thanos and said that he was going to have a role to play in the Guardians of Galaxy film. Guardians of Galaxy is the other big Marvel team other than Avengers and X-Men, and they're basically like an intergalactic version of the Avengers, and you have, at the minute, Dave Bautista, Michael Rooker, Karen Gillan, I can't remember who else it is, and it's a really odd cast of characters for. I mean, you've got a gigantic tree, a small raccoon, and they're all aliens. So it should be interesting to see how that one plays out. I can imagine it'll be like the opening scenes from Man of Steel. It would be a lot of special effects. So will Thanos be teaming with them? Will he be the bad guy? Will it link to the Avengers as well? All questions that need answering, and I believe that's us coming out in 2015. Marvel's really got a big films that year, but obviously competition from Man of Steel 2 as well. It should be interesting to see how this plays out, because this could either be really good or it could lead to the downfall of the comic book films, because if you end up with a string of bad comic book films, that'll be the end of it for a while. Just look at the 2 Joel Schumacher Batman films. There was Batman and Robin and Batman. I can't remember what the third one was. But they were both awful, so that's why there was no other superhero films really until Batman Begins. Should be interesting though, because there hadn't actually been any space-based superhero films. I mean, you've got Man of Steel, yeah, but that's mainly set on Earth, not in space, so it should be interesting to see with that one as well.